How little do my countrymen know what precious blessings they are in possession of, and which no other people on earth enjoy. Welcome to a new motivational video of life-changing quotes from history's greatest. Today we share educational, inspiring and motivational quotes from 7 wise men that are considered the founding fathers. They all played key roles in the securing of American independence from Great Britain and in the creation of the government of the United States of America. Please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't have to miss any of my new videos. Make sure you watch the video until the end to find out the founding fathers' biggest achievements. Let us start with some historical background. These military leaders, rebels, politicians, and writers varied in personality, status, and background, but all played a part in forming a new nation and hammering out the framework for the young democracy. Without them, there would have been no United States of America. The Founding Fathers, a group of predominantly wealthy plantation owners and businessmen, united 13 disparate colonies, fought for independence from Britain, and penned a series of influential governing documents that steer the country to this day. Founding Fathers, the most prominent statesmen of America's revolutionary generation, responsible for the successful war for colonial independence from Great Britain, the liberal ideas celebrated in the Declaration of Independence, and the Republican form of government defined in the United States Constitution. The principal founding fathers: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, and James Madison, together with several other key players of their time, structured the democratic government of the United States and left a legacy that has shaped the world. In 1776, their purpose was simple: to declare themselves free of the dominance and control of King George and the Parliament, who told these upstarts how to behave. Their declaration, Liberty and Justice for All, One Nation under God, presented their objectives in eloquent prose which struck a chord among many. Independence was achieved. 30 quotes from America's courageous revolutionaries. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. The only thing that is more expensive than education is ignorance. I agree with you that it is the duty of every good citizen to use all the opportunities which occur to him for preserving documents relating to the history of our country. I fear that in every elected office, members will obtain an influence by noise, not sense; by meanness, not greatness; by ignorance, not learning; by contracted hearts, not large souls. There must be decency and respect. In republics, the great danger is that the majority may not sufficiently respect the rights of the minority. Human passions unbridled by morality and religion would break the strongest cords of our Constitution as a whale goes through a net. The essence of government is power, and power, lodged as it must be in human hands, will ever be liable to abuse. In the main, it will be found that a power over a man's support is a power over his will. Those who own the country ought to govern it. A learned blockhead is a greater blockhead than an ignorant one. Because power corrupts, society's demands for moral authority and character increase as the importance of the position increases. The Constitution preserves the advantage of being armed which Americans possess over the people of almost every other nation, where the governments are afraid to trust the people with arms. Distrust naturally creates distrust, and by nothing is goodwill and kind conduct more speedily changed. Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act. Action will delineate and define you. Liberty, once lost, is lost forever. Among the strange things of this world, nothing seems more strange than that men pursuing happiness should knowingly quit the right and take a wrong road, and frequently do what their judgments neither approve nor prefer. Our liberty depends on the freedom of the press, and that cannot be limited without being lost. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. A fat kitchen makes a lean will. As long as the reason of man continues fallible, and he is at liberty to exercise it, different opinions will be formed. Those who stand for nothing fall for anything. I hold the maxim no less applicable to public than to private affairs, that honesty is the best policy. To contend for our own liberty, and to deny that blessing to others, involves an inconsistency not to be excused. Let frugality and industry be our virtues. Fire with ambition to be useful. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. If conscience disapproves, the loudest applauses of the world are of little value. Each year one vicious habit rooted out, in time might make the worst man good throughout. The truth is that all men having power ought to be mistrusted. Nothing can now be believed which is seen in a newspaper. Truth itself becomes suspicious by being put into that polluted vehicle. Truth will ultimately prevail where pains is taken to bring it to light. Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. It is far better to be alone than to be in bad company. Never leave that till tomorrow which you can do today. Real firmness is good for anything. Strut is good for nothing. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. The jury has a right to judge both the law as well as the fact in controversy. Energy and persistence conquer all things. The future and success of America is not in this Constitution, but in the laws of God upon which this Constitution is founded. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. The equal rights of man and the happiness of every individual are now acknowledged to be the only legitimate objects of government. The future and success of America is not in this Constitution, but in the laws of God upon which this Constitution is founded. Constitution is the Founding Fathers' biggest achievements. At the most general level, they created the first modern nation-state based on liberal principles. These include the democratic principle that political sovereignty in any government resides in the citizenry rather than in a divinely sanctioned monarchy. More specifically, the Founding Fathers managed to defy conventional wisdom in 4 unprecedented achievements. First, they won a war for colonial independence against the most powerful military and economic power in the world. Second, they established the first large-scale republic in the modern world. Third, they invented political parties that institutionalized the concept of a legitimate opposition. And fourth, they established the principle of the legal separation of church and state, though it took several decades for that principle to be implemented in all the states. Finally, all these achievements were won without recourse to the guillotine or the firing squad, which is to say without the violent purges that accompanied subsequent revolutions in France, Russia, and China. How to find motivation and never give up on your dreams. The only way to achieve your dreams is by staying consistent and doing the work even when you do not feel motivated to do it. What are you doing to achieve your dreams, and which quote resonates with you or made you pause and think? Share your answer in the comments below. Please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't have to miss any of my new videos.